Speaking for the entire county, serving Dillon, Latta, and Lakeview by covering our local news and upcoming events. Please join us now for Chamber Moments.
Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lors. Today I have as my guest Miss Tina Scott. And hello, Tina, how are you?
Hi, Miss Johnny. I'm well. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. I'm glad you're here today. Tina is with the City of Dillon, and we want to talk a little bit about our festival. We always have Celebrate Main Street, but things have been a little different this year. Let's tell our viewers what's going on.
Well, we originally had it scheduled for April 25th, 2020. We've had to reschedule it to August 15th, 2020 due to COVID-19. We want to keep our citizens and our people coming to see it safe. So we had to reschedule again.
And that's happening with a lot of different events and a lot of different organizations. It's not unusual, and it's like you said, we want to keep our vendors, our participants, and folks who come out and support us safe.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we've had to reschedule, and when have we rescheduled it for?
We're scheduled for April 24th, 2021.
So it'll be back on its regular time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For those of you who aren't very familiar with our festival, it's always the last Saturday in April. So that'll be the last Saturday in April 2021.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Are we going to do anything different then?
Well, hopefully we're going to do it bigger and better.
Oh.
We're going to try to get some more vendors in, try to have, a couple of bands maybe, maybe a lot of things for the kids. So we're going to try to have it bigger and better since we skipped 2020 due to COVID-19. We're going to kick COVID-19's butt next year.
Sounds good to me. So we're looking for vendors, and people can start asking to put their name on a waiting list now because we only have so many spots that we can fill.
Yes,
and we made a few changes this year that was going to be new for our public. Remember, we made the food garden or food court where we had them in all one location and everybody else in the other. That was kind of keep it close up towards the entertainment, I believe, and make it not as difficult on our folks having to work throughout the day because we have many people behind the scenes keeping this festival going. It's a year-round event. The time we say goodbye on that night, and that Saturday night, on Monday morning or Tuesday morning, we're right back again making plans for the next year.
Right.
So as you were saying, we are ready to continue with our tradition. And 2021 is going to be bigger and better.
Yes,
lots of stuff for the kids. I'm sure we'll bring Pork Chop back at the theater and the costume characters. What about some other things? The bands, do we have any idea which bands we might be looking into? We always have at least a couple, something that appeals for everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we had True Soul scheduled for this year. A big disappointment that we had to cancel. Hopefully we'll be able to use them again next year because I don't think we've ever had them. So we're gonna try to get them again next year. I know.
And
for
they
sure.
have a local connection to Dillon County too, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, ma'am. One of the singers is actually from Latta. Yes,
So
ma'am.
that'll be good. So if anybody's interested in 2021 Celebrate Main Street, please give the city a call or give the chamber a call, and we'll start taking a name and compiling a list of vendors. The car show, we always have it, so that's going to get bigger and better also too, I believe. They were really looking forward to it this year. But let's give the viewers the city telephone number that they can call and put their name on a list, and you and I will be talking weekly.
Yes, ma'am. The number to the city is 843-774-0040, and you can hit extension 1010 and you'll get me.
Okay. And the number for the chamber is 843-774-8551. And as we say, we'll be working throughout this year to make it a bigger and better Celebrate Main Street.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
I'm Johnny Lewis with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Pat Laird, and Pat is going to be here twofold today. She's going to talk about Dillon County Health Initiative, the Farmers Market, and also the Dillon County Theater. So
Hello.
welcome back.
Take one hat off and put the other one back on.
And you can do that so well. Let's talk a little bit about the Healthy Initiative. What is its purpose and how are we succeeding and what can we do better? farmers market. Let's all roll that together.
All right. Well, the Dillon County Health Initiative, this is our 4th year with the Dillon County Health Initiative, and we've been giving out plants and in the spring and in the fall, and also that reminds me to say that our fall plants application will be online here in the next few days.
Okay. Now, is that the only way someone can request plants is through online, or can they do it some other way?
They can go on our website or on our Facebook page and ask for an application to be sent to them. Now, if they've done it in the past, they'll get an application because those will be mailed out.
Okay. Now, if somebody doesn't have access to a computer and they can't, don't know how to work one, can you have applications maybe at the chamber or at the Clemson Extension office?
Well, Clemson Extension office isn't open right now, so
Okay.
so that is a problem. But I will leave some at the chamber, and they can get them at the chamber. But like I said, if they just contact us, we can mail them one as well.
Wonderful. Sounds good. Okay, and the plants now, were we able to distribute plants to the students this year?
We are not able to do that because of we don't know what's going to happen, and we had to order our plants now. And if they didn't have school, then we'd have all these plants we couldn't do anything with. So anyway, but no, we will not be distributing to the school this time in February. I mean in the fall plants, but hopefully in the spring we'll be back to doing that.
Now, I know they always ask me, what are the fall plants? Have we
Fall
decided
plants? We have. It's going to be collards, cabbage, broccoli, and turnip seeds.
yet? Okay. And those are a special type of what? Purple, red?
Red top.
Red top?
Well, you and I can never remember if it's red top or purple top, but one of those tops, one of those
tops.
colors.
Okay. And we give it per the household, per application. It's not like we don't count the number of people in the house and give something like that.
Right. It's just one application per household.
And they're able to pick up the plants. We'll have a distribution.
We'll have the distribution. We're planning on doing, if they were in the spring plant distribution, they'll know how we did it out at the Wellness Center. But since the Wellness Center is open now, we'll probably have that same kind of drive-through situation, but it'll be behind the Gibson building where the Clemson office is.
Okay. Have you heard anything from the folks that had the spring plants? Have you heard anything?
Several people, have. In fact, yesterday somebody just told me, they said the cabbage was just delicious.
Oh, good.
That they grew out from the spring plants. So.
And once again, this doesn't have to be like a field garden. It can be a raised garden, or it can be container plant gardens,
Or they can put it in between their shrubbery if they'd like. A lot of people have gone to just planting here and planting there. On the edge of their shrubbery. So
that's a
you
good
can do that too if you don't have any place else to do it.
That's a good idea. How about the soil samples? Are you going to be able to do anything
We
with
are
those?
not going to be able to do soil samples for the fall.
Okay.
Hopefully, again, we'll do it in the spring. But like I said, because Clemson offices are not open currently, there's no way for us to get those soil samples processed. So that's going to be another little hitch for the fall.
But people will understand, and
Yeah,
we'll be able to hopefully bring everything back full circle and just get everything
In
we
the
need
spring, that's
spring.
right. That's right.
Let's talk a little bit about the farmers market.
Okay, well,
it's wonderful.
I know. We just finished our third one for the season. We have 3 more to go, and we thought we were going to get rained out, but the weather held out, and actually it turned out to be overcast and a little breeze. It was really pretty nice. So anyway, and we had a good crowd, a steady crowd. Some of our vendors still are not available due to some restrictions on what they're doing. So anyway, but I think everybody that came yesterday, was pleased. Was pleased.
Good to me. Now, I did have someone ask me, could we take it 1 month longer? And I said, I'd talk to you about that. They would like it in November because, they still want pumpkins in November and stuff like this. And this is before Thanksgiving. I said, we'll look at that and see what we can do and all that. We can give that some thought.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the farmers market is going strong. It's the second Monday of each month. At least through October, from 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
And
on the plaza.
On the plaza. Now, you're also doing something called share box, food share boxes.
Yeah, farm share boxes.
Okay.
And Harris Farms, Harris Organically, naturally grown, not organically, naturally grown, farms are providing food boxes, farm boxes, on the 4th Monday of the month. Now those have to be ordered ahead of time, and you can go on our Facebook page, DillonCountyHealthInitiative.com, and get the information. You have to contact the Harrises directly through their Facebook page. We don't take the orders. They take the orders. They have to be paid for in advance. And they have $15 boxes, and then last time some people ordered $20 boxes and $25 boxes. So you have your choice, and it's all, what's available. Some people say, well, what's in it? Well, it's whatever's available, what's coming off, So that's what you get in your box.
And they pick those up on the 4th Monday?
On the 4th Monday, usually in the late afternoon at the chamber.
In the chamber. So they're delivered earlier, maybe about 1 or 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock,
They pick 'em up
and then
around
they...
3. Okay, very good. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our Dillon County Theater.
Okay.
What about the membership for this year? How are we going to handle that?
Well, we're still talking about that, but I think that we'll go ahead and do our membership drive, although it looks like we won't have any programs before the first of the year.
Okay, that's January 2021.
2021, that is correct. Because of the COVID restrictions, and if you have people in the theater, then it has to be completely cleaned, which is a very expensive proposition. We were fortunate
Very fortunate
to have Anderson Brothers Bank give us our first complete COVID cleaning last week, and we certainly do appreciate their partnership with us. But anyway, we're looking maybe to have some different things. We're going to partner with the Humanities. We've gotten South Carolina Humanities. We've gotten quite a relationship with them since last year when we did the Smithsonian. And they have some really good programs, not just singing and dancing. There's some performing programs and literary programs, people that dress and do an acting of a certain, say, Abraham Lincoln or somebody like that. Some period in time, right? And so we're looking at, and we were talking the other day that we might try to do like a humanities week maybe, and on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday maybe we'll have 3 different programs, and people can come to the programs, whatever interests them.
Okay.
So
for more information, they need to call the chamber?
The chamber.
Okay.
They need to call the chamber.
And if you would like to be a member, that please call the chamber and leave your name and
leave your name
address.
and address so we can send you a form.
And they should be coming out, I imagine, about mid-August, probably.
I imagine. And we certainly do appreciate everyone who is very supportive of us. And otherwise we couldn't do it. The theater is owned by the theater board, and we are responsible for its maintenance and programming and everything. And it's an all volunteer board.
Well, and you did a wonderful job, the theater did last year. Talk about some of the things that we were able to accomplish last year.
When we got the grant from the
Fox Theater.
From the Fox Theater Institute, and for $50,000 we got 3 new air conditioners, all new carpet, sealed the outside brick walls, got 2 new sump pumps and a Generac generator to run them. We had a sump pump, but if you don't have electricity, it doesn't do you any good. So anyway, and that's when we had water up to row J in the theater. So anyway, but I think that's what we had done. And we had the lobby painted.
Right.
And
so we used all local folks to do this.
We did.
From our carpet to our air conditioning to our painting.
Right.
And just everybody was local. We did not go outside of our
community.
community.
They were, And like I said, we got a lot for $50,000.
We're good stewards of our money.
Yes, we are. We
Yeah.
are good stewards of our money. We
And
try to
we're,
be.
yeah, and we're excited. We want to get back in the theater and bring stuff
Right,
to you.
right,
Unfortunately,
right. We were hoping before COVID that there was probably going to be some money available from the state, but now with the reduced income, because of everything, it's just a snowball effect of what happens. So, anyway,
But once again, those membership applications will be going out probably about
mid-August or third
and
week in August.
Third
yeah.
week in August, and then the farmers market, the second Monday, and the food share boxes
The fourth Monday. That's right.
All right.
That's
and for
right.
any more information, they call the chamber
They can call the chamber.
at 843-774-8551. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Pat.
you. All right.
Johnny Lures with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lures. Today I have as my guest Don Lures, and Don is a local meteorologist, and we're delighted to have you with us today.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Have we had any updates on the hurricane season?
As a matter of fact, we have. One of the most respected forecasts out there is the one put out by Colorado State University. You remember Dr. William Gray for
Dr.
years
Gray.
put this forecast out, and his protege, Phil Klotzbach, has continued that program, the tropical program at Colorado State, and they do a lot of study and a lot of analogs to other seasons and how things match up, and they have raised their forecast for the 2020 season.
Oh.
So they initially were forecasting 16 named storms. Now they're forecasting a total of 20. And of those 20, 9 becoming hurricanes, and of those 9 hurricanes, 4 becoming major hurricanes of Category 3 or higher. So all those categories are about 1.5 of normal. A normal season would have 12, 6, and 3, and we're expecting 20, 9, and 4.
Okay. Now, we've already had a few named storms.
Exactly. We've already had our first 5, and that 20 includes those 5. So we're expecting 15 more named storms. We haven't had a hurricane yet, so 9 more hurricanes and 4 more major hurricanes.
Okay. Now, just because they have predicted that, that does not mean that we will have an effect from it. Is that correct?
That's a very good point. You can look back at seasons that have been very busy in terms of total numbers and have had no major landfalls in the U.S., and you can look back to a very quiet year that's had a catastrophic storm. So the total number of storms is of some indication of how busy it is overall, but for any one particular spot, say the PD in the Grand Strand or any other one particular spot in the country, every year, even a slow year, has the potential to bring that one storm that makes all the difference. For example, recently in our part of the Carolinas, we've been in a kind of repetitive pattern. We've had several big hurricane impacts packed together. Obviously, people know that from all the flooding we've had in the past couple of storms. So the overall season kind of raised the risk somewhat, but for any individual spot, it's always just be prepared and hope for the best.
And being prepared, this is the time that you need to call your insurance agent and just have like a regular checkup for them, right?
Exactly right. Hopefully you've already done that because we're into hurricane season, but you certainly want to do it now before things really ramp up. Typically, the busiest part of the hurricane season for the Atlantic is the second half of August, especially the last week or so of August, and September, and maybe the first week of October. That's the busiest time by far. What we've already had is usually kind of a slow period. June and July typically aren't that busy, but August, especially late August and September has more hurricanes than any other month by far.
Okay. It seems extremely warm. Is that unusual?
Well, yes and no. So far it has been running a bit above normal temperature-wise, but we haven't had any super extreme heat yet. We've had some consistent 90s, but we haven't had many record-breaking high days. So I think it's been the consistency of being above 90, and it kind of switched like a switch in a way. We were doing pretty good with temperatures, and all of a sudden it's cranked up to summertime. So we didn't have that gradual chance to get used to it. But overall, the summer is expected to average a bit above normal temperature-wise, and also a bit above normal rain-wise.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about temperature and the real feel or the heat index. I hear those mentioned quite a bit.
Yeah, the real feel or the apparent temperature, the heat index, are all different ways of saying how does that temperature combination with humidity affect how it actually feels to your body. Your body cools by evaporation. You perspire, the perspiration evaporates, and that evaporation cools your body. You can really feel that, for example, if you go swimming and you step out of the pool or step out of the ocean, wherever you're swimming, and that breeze hits, you just feel yourself cooling down. That's the evaporation cooling down your body. Well, when it's real humid outside, that messes up that cooling system because you don't evaporate very efficiently. So when it's real humid outside, it feels hotter than a normal day at that same temperature. Conversely, when it's real dry and nice and refreshing, low humidity outside, a higher temperature won't bother you as much because your body's able to cool real efficiently. So that's where that heat index comes from. Some of them even take into account other things like the intensity of the sunshine that day. The real feel incorporates some of that as well. So it's all just trying to give you a number so you can kind of attach what it's really going to feel like when you step outdoors.
Okay. And you should remain hydrated with water?
Absolutely. That's the way most people get stressed in the summertime, is by not drinking enough water. Your body can take heat to a certain point, but it can't take being dehydrated. Dehydrated is going to make you kind of drift off, and someone's going to say, hey, you with us? You know, that type of thing. It's going to make you a little disoriented in that sense. And if you're by yourself and that happens, you can really get yourself in trouble. You can lose track that you're disoriented and forget to drink even for a longer period. And if that happens, you can go into some sort of heat exhaustion or heat stroke, and that can lead to kidney damage. So it can be a serious situation. So you do want to make sure you're drinking lots of water. Make sure the people with you are drinking lots of water, especially if you're doing anything strenuous. You really need to replenish a lot with water. If you're out, for example, I don't know how much football we'll get in this year, but football camps this time of year, doing exercise outdoors, people outdoors doing yard work, anything like that, with you're really burning up the energy, you're also burning up the water, because that's, again, how your body cools down. So if you're not staying hydrated, you can get yourself in trouble.
Okay. Are you available to give talks to different organizations and churches?
Absolutely, I love to. Anytime an organization calls me, I try to work it into my schedule to talk about weather. Occasionally they ask me to talk about hospice as well, because of my career in hospice. But either way, I love to come out and talk.
Okay. I'm Johnny Lewis with Chamber Moments.